I had some weird experiences in my life, and I wanted to know if it really happened or did I just imagine it? Because I've had some like visitation experiences, and very recently this year I've had two occasions where I felt like I was actually taken, but I have no recollection of like inside of a craft or anything like that. I just actually remember feeling my body lift up off the bed, answer the question simultaneously, even though we're spread apart by distance. But I think that the only thing faster than the speed of light is consciousness. So I think that's how they do
Yes.
it.
Hi, Grant and everybody. I'm Pat Pearsall. I have been for the last 7 years part of Dr. Greer's team. Before
nice.
before that, my interest is consciousness, meditation, consciousness, and the understanding of frequency, and trying to get people to wrap their heads around all this frequency.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's kind of who I
Yeah.
am. This technology that everybody would love to unlock, and all the really even the 0 point energy, and all of the exotic technologies, right? If we somehow wrest those technologies from the hands of wherever they are, there really is no one on the face of this earth, in my estimation, with commensurate consciousness level, frequency level, really to control that for the good of all.
I feel that they understand our cultural differences. And so, like our religious differences, our cultural differences, at least in this stage of the game, although I don't see it personally as a game, in order to convey their messages and convey that universal consciousness, that awareness.
If you have a near-death experience, you float away and you look at your body, you realize the consciousness is not in the body. The body is in the consciousness. The consciousness is floating around. Oneness is absolutely, to me, the key message. And that's all evil is caused by the mistaken belief in separation through all the channelers, through near-death experience, this idea that everything is one thing, there is no separation, and love is the core of the universe, the bottom of the universe. You hear these messages over and over again. And I will say that there is a lesson if you actually look deep into these, and all the people that I did with the contact modalities, whatever they were using, those were the main keys, I think. But I think there is a field where everything is in the field. And so I actually wrote a book called Inspired, where I looked at inventions, and I look at these people, and you think, oh, they're just smart. They figured, no, they're in the field. Einstein, he had the dream of the toboggan. He said, I knew I had to understand that dream. In fact, you could say, and I would say, that my entire career was based on a meditation on that dream. And you realize there's people who can get in the field. Tesla, bring this stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming from psychedelics. Sometimes you can't bring it back because you're it's like a dream. It sort of fades away so fast. But that's why I'm so impressed with people who that have these encounters. What was the message? It's like, what's the message you gave me? And you basically hear this concept of oneness, love, remember who you actually are, all this kind of stuff. The physical is an illusion. I think it's pretty common. And the Easterners had this 5,000 years ago, but we always thought they were stupid because they couldn't build a telephone. Now we're realizing the Hindus and the Buddhists had this all figured out a long time ago. And it's going to be the same sort of impression that they've got. Even the idea of Maya, the idea of illusion, that it's all an illusion. Consciousness creates matter. That's the quantum physics. So quantum physics is now picking it up, and you hear them. Consciousness is primary. Nothing gets below consciousness. You hear these guys saying this, and I think it's all going in this direction. But science is hanging on for dear life because they just do not want to have any sort of religious interpretation. They want to be rational. They want to be agnostic and stuff like that, and play this little game that I'm not going to cross into the religious field and stuff like that. The religious field, the consciousness stuff is coming across whether they like it or not.
As I came out of my dogma of the church and I left it, I had a lot of fear and that kind of resided of having these kind of spiritual experiences. And I had done remote viewing, obviously I've done the various things, but in my mind I was still very much like my guard was up, right? And that was something that took me a while to process and actually unpack, because according to me, there was all these demons, all these things out there, in the astral, having all this, this was my perspective, and there was always resistance when it came to, astral travel or other things like that. And then as I slowly started to not listen to the fear, but listen to that internal, that deep sense of direction, I was like, there's something about this I need to.
From my understanding actually, I'm very obsessed with near-death experiences, and I've probably seen 500 to 800 different accounts of near-death experiences. I'm like, these people are, when it comes to them being, I guess, where the judging might come in, it's not at all like you're being judged. You're literally looking at your life review, and you're seeing every single thing. You're reliving it from the person's perspective that you're interacting with.
With respect to the phenomena. And I was wondering about the agreements supposedly that Grush talked about in the News Nation interview with Ross Coulthard. Why is it that the Schumer Amendment did not include anything about the abduction phenomena or anything of the sort as this proposed legislation is about to pass.